All right, the legend himself, Paul Pierce, joins us on the Doug Gottlieb Show on Fox Sports Radio. I don't know if you remember, we're at ABCD camp, and you turn to me and you go, I'm the best player here. I'm going to play in the NBA. I'm going to win a championship, and I'm being in the Hall of Fame. And then you were looking at your muscles and kissing them. And you know what? You said it with such conviction, and then you went out and did it. How are you?
What's up, Doug? How you doing, man? In order to achieve something, you got to believe something. That's what I always tell the kids.
No question. And it's a huge part of making it is having that undying self-confidence. Have you ever questioned yourself?
I don't think I've ever questioned myself. You know why? Because I put the work in. And when you put the work in, it gives you self-belief. And that's the most important part, because a lot of people can say it, but they don't put the work in. And I knew that if I'm going to say it, that I'm going to put the work in and try to back it up to the best of my potential.
Do these Celtics remind you at all of when you and Twan, because when you and Twan were there, you're both putting up numbers, but you couldn't win big. Are there any similarities with Jalen and Tatum in you and Antoine Walker when you guys were with the Celtics?
Yeah, absolutely. They got two all-star players. I just think that the Celtics need to continue to put the right pieces around them and not give up on them. This team has been together. The core group has pretty much been together for, quite some time, but they're still young. They just got to continue and find the right pieces to plug in there to give them an opportunity. But, of course, in order to win a championship, the one common denominator I always say, you have to have a top 5 player in the NBA. And that seems to bear true 99% of the time when you look at the champions. And if Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown can become a top 5, maybe top 10 player, then it gives themselves the best chance. But if not, they got to continue to put pieces around them, maybe add another all-star caliber player if they want to take that next step.
Are you a buyer into Giannis the shooter? He's shooting the ball much better this year, 3 of 4 last night from 3. Do you buy that this long-term will be sustainable?
You know what? I like the fact that he's working on it, because we talk about Ben Simmons. He doesn't take the shot. Giannis has continued to grow and improve. And we're talking about a guy who's already been a 2-time MVP, of NBA Finals MVP, and pretty much without a jumper. I mean, Shaq couldn't shoot free throws. I mean, you can't get everything all the time. But what you got in Giannis is what you got, and that he proved last year is that he's a winner.
He was incredible in the final game of the finals. It's Doug Gottlieb Show on Fox Sports Radio. That's the voice of Paul Pierce, who joins us. Care of the good folks at DraftKings. The Lakers obviously haven't had Bron. Russell statistically is still doing his thing, but man, they've had some stinkers they've thrown out there. What do you think of the Lakers so far?
Well, I think you just have to be patient. I think this is a team that, and I said this before the season to quite a number of people, I said they're going to struggle in the regular seasons because, for one, you're the Lakers and teams are going to be up to play you every night. 2, you got older legs. And so, and I told people, like, the year in 2010, we were seeded, I believe, we were like a 5th or 6th seed and got to the finals. But we struggled in the regular season because we had older legs. And it was just like, once the game slows down, and, you get into a playoff setting, and now you have practices and scout reports, I think the Lakers, IQ-wise, are one of the best teams in the league. And if they're healthy, they'll get to the finals in the Western Conference. A healthy Laker team in a 7-game series, game slowed down, will get to the finals. But they just got to find a way to make it through the regular season. Yeah,
and I don't know, like LeBron now, it's his abs, it was his ankle before. Like, how do you get used to playing with him when he's not playing?
It's going to be tough, but they got time. As long as they can get 30 to 40 games together, I think they'll be fine. If they're not able to do that, then I don't think they got a shot. But, maybe this is a good thing for LeBron, because even if he was playing, it looked like he would have to shoulder a really big load because the Lakers can't seem to win without him. But it's a fairly new team, new personalities. You're trying to inject rust into your DNA and what you're trying to do. And, he's going to have to change his game up again once LeBron comes back. But it's tough, especially at an older age for LeBron to get through the regular season. Just mentally, it would have been tough on him, even if he was healthy. Think about it, all the years he's played, all the championship runs he's made. the regular season doesn't matter as much to a guy like that. He just want to get healthy and get to the playoffs.
You think Kyrie plays this year?
I do. I think at some point Kyrie's going to really realize what's at stake. And there's going to be a glitch in the system. I mean, I'm not sure he's going to take the vac, but I do believe he's going to play somehow. I'm not sure how that's going to look or how that's going to be, but I do believe he's going to get on the court.
Who's the godfather of, like, because there's lots of former players that are in the weed industry, right? Between growing it and selling it, proponents of it. Who's the guy? Who's the one who, when you started to get into it, you picked up the phone and you called for advice?
Oh, the person, it wasn't no player. I called Snoop Dogg all day. You know, I had a sit-down meeting with him, and, you know, he just said, just remember what's important, your brand, protect that. You know, this is something you want to do, go full-fledged in it, you know, and a lot of people know that I'm in the cannabis industry. You know, I've been white labeling, promoting brands, and I'm here to launch my brand next month in the city of Boston. So, you know, it's just, you know, I went to the godfather of cannabis, which is Snoop Dogg.
Right. So was Willie in there? Willie Nelson in there? Like, you knock on the door? And stupid
No,
Willie Nelson in there?
lives in Hawaii. I didn't get a chance to talk to him.
Okay, so what's a meeting like with Snoop like? Like, is it at an office? Is it at, like, his house?
Yeah,
do you guys go to Starbucks? Like, where do you meet with Snoop?
Compound.
Huh?
At his compound. He has a compound out here in L.A. It's like a warehouse where he has a studio, bedrooms, basketball court. It's like a campus. And I think he lives there. But it's like gated off like a compound. And so, you know, you go into his compound where you got the guard at the gate to let you in. And, you know, you got the parking lot. And it's like it was like some Escobar. it was like trying to meet Escobar.
This is my best. As you got a chance to play a little bit for my dad, my late father, and
man, rest in peace.
I appreciate that.
He's a great
and
guy, man. I love him.
We were. I was playing for the Lakers in their summer league, and I left to go play in this deal overseas or whatever. When I came back, my dad's like, "Hey, some Snoopy dog told me to tell you what's up." I was like, what? There's some of his kids on his team with him. Like, yeah, Snoop Dogg came and asked, where were you? You missed the last game with the Lakers. I was like, Dad, it's not Snoopy Dogg, it's Snoop Dogg. It's like, whatever. Is he famous? I was like, yes, he's really famous. He's really.
Wow, that's crazy.
When are you gonna? When do I get an invite to poker night? That's what I want to know.
Hey man, anytime you want, man. Sure, we starting back up next month, man. Give me a holler.
I will. Tell me about this. Tell me about what you're doing with the folks at DraftKings.
Yeah, and so, you know, I'm part of their new team to where, you know, we're putting together different promotions. One of the biggest promotions we have now, if you're a new customer, you join for free. You pay $1. If either team scores, you get $100. How about that for like a startup? That's like a win-win situation. That's what we call a win-win situation. And so, but I also always like to tell people that, you know, when they get into sports betting, that just make sure you gamble responsibly and within your limits, please. You know, it's not for everybody, but as long as you do that, you can have fun with it. I enjoy watching the game with a fair token bet with some of my friends, and it makes the game fun to watch.
You know, it's interesting. You're going into the College Basketball Hall of Fame, right, in a couple of days. You've been you're in the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame. How the hell did you guys lose? How did that? Because my year, you weren't. There was the year before when you were a sophomore.
Yeah.
Right? You have Jock, you have you. Bray. How did you lose?
Dude, that just tells you how hard it is to win in the NCAA tournament. You got one bad day, and it's over. But we lost to some great teams. Like my first year, we lost to Syracuse, who went on to the national championship, but lost to Kentucky. The second year, we lost to Arizona, which had the great Mike Bibby, Miles Simon, you know, phenomenal backcourt. But it shows you got to have guard play. You know, we had big men, we had Jock Bond, but you got to have guards, top flight, point guard, two guards who can shoot the three to win an NCAA tournament. No matter how good your bigs or wings are, every year you see it. Even Tim Duncan in college didn't even make it to the Final Four. You know, you got to have guard play. And so, And then my last year, we lost to Rhode Island in the
Yeah.
second round. Tyson Willer and Catino Mobley. These guys shot lights out. So, it goes to show you, when you try to build a college championship team, it starts at the guard.
No question. When we played you guys, we'd wait until Coach Williams would take you and Rafe out at the same time. We're like, we got no chance, and they're both in the game. Then you guys would both come out and be like, okay, we got a chance now.
Hey, wait, you went to Oak State, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember pounding. I think we went 8-0 on y'all. Yeah, in my career.
No. Well, you only played once a year. You beat us by 4. The only time I played
we played twice a year. One at home, one away. Come on,
no,
you know that.
No, didn't play twice a year. Look it up. Didn't play twice a year. Big 12. You had the Big 12 North. Played once a year. Once a year.
Oh my gosh! All right, I'll give you that. But a lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't know you was the point guard on our summer league team, and we won a lot of games in high school.
We had a squad. It was a pretty good year. I actually saw Jelani Gardner, who was our other point guard in that ABCD team. He got a 7-foot tall son who's a junior, dude.
He's nice.
He's really nice. Really nice. All right, Paul, we appreciate you joining us. We'll talk soon. I can't wait for that invite to the poker game, and thanks for joining us.
All right, good talking to you, Doug.
All right, that's the one and only. That's the truth. Paul Pierce, join us.